Task number 6, synchronization scan. As with TCP scans, SYN scan, which is -SS, are used to scan the TCP port range of a target or targets. However, the two scan types work slightly differently. SYN scans are sometimes referred to as half-open scans or stealth scans. Whether TCP scans perform a full three-way handshake with the target, SYN scan sends back a reset TCP packet after receiving a SYN ACK from the server. This prevents the server from repeatedly trying to make the request. In other words, the sequence for scanning an open port looks like this. Basically, we are the client to the target. We initialize the synchronization, the target synchronization and acknowledgement, and the client, which is us, we don't send back the acknowledgement, we send a reset flag. Here we can see it from ourselves to the destination. The protocol is TCP, and here we can see all three flags. This has a variety of advantages for us as hackers. It can be used to bypass older intrusion detection systems as they are looking out for a full three-way handshake. This is often no longer the case with modern IDS solutions. It is for this reason that SYN scans are still frequently referred to as stealth scans. SYN scans are often not logged by applications listening on open ports, as standard practice is to log a connection once it's been fully established. Again, this plays into the idea of SYN scans being stealthy. Without having to bother about completing and disconnecting from a three-way handshake for every port, SYN scans are significantly faster than a standard TCP connection scan. There are, however, a couple of disadvantages to SYN scans, namely, they require sudo permissions in order to work correctly in Linux. This is because SYN scans require the ability to create raw packets, as opposed to the full TCP handshake, which is privilege only the root user has by default. Unstable services are sometimes brought down to SYN scans, which could prove problematic if a client has provided a production environment for the test. All in all, the pros outweigh the cons. For this reason, SYN scans are the default scan used by Nmap if run with sudo permissions. If run without sudo permissions, Nmap defaults to the TCP connect scan we saw in the previous task. When using a SYN scan to identify closed and filter ports, the exact same rules as with TCP connect scan apply. If a port is closed, then the server responds with a reset TCP packet. If the port is filtered by a firewall, then the TCP SYN packet is either dropped or spoofed with a TCP reset. In this regard, the two scans are identical. The big difference is in how they handle open ports. SYN scans can also be made to work with giving Nmap the capnet raw, capnet admin, and capnet bind service capabilities. However, this may not allow many of the NSE scripts to run properly. Answer the questions below. There are two other names for SYN scan. What they are? If we go over here, we can see half open and stealth. We go for half open and we go stealth. Can Nmap use SYN scan without sudo permissions? If we go over here, for this reason, SYN scans are the default scans used by Nmap if run with sudo permissions. If run without sudo permissions, Nmap defaults to the TCP connect scan, right? Which is not the SYN scan. This is why we can't run a SYN scan with Nmap without sudo permissions. Awesome.